Batman was able to defeat Fortnite and get off the island. But then we discovered the Batman Who Laughs was actually behind the entire event. So it's time to see what happens next. This is the Comicstorian channel where I take some of your favorite trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down. I give you a synopsis of the storyline, allowing you to understand the context and what is going on so that you can run out and buy the issue to gain more context or get the next issue in the storyline. We make alterations to the panel's text and images to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Today we're going to be dealing with the Batman Fortnite Foundation comic, which is basically Batman Who Laughs versus Fortnite. When we last left off, Batman and Catwoman got off of Fortnite Island wanting more information. But we actually didn't find out that much about Fortnite's storyline itself. And in today's issue, we're going to be tackling a character known as the Foundation, one of the 7, which is a plot point in the overall Fortnite storyline. All you really need to know about the Foundation is that he attempted to contain the Zero Point, which flew him through reality itself, separating him from Jonesy, who he was working with. He's now trying to find a way back to Fortnite Island so that he can pick up where he left off, and that's today's issue. So let's get into Batman Fortnite Foundation number 1. As a giant portal looms over Metropolis, Batman tells Superman that he'll be there as soon as he can. Do not let anyone cross into the rift. Superman knocks Bizarro away, telling him, easy for you to say. Batman tells the rest of the League that it is critical that they don't let anyone get close. The gravitational pull will suck them in, and on the other side, the individuals inside Fortnite Island, they will lose their memory, their speech, and more than likely their metahuman powers. He jumps into the Batwing, racing out of the Batcave. It sounds like you have more troops on their way. I'm gonna take a guess who's leading them. Over in Metropolis, Lex Luthor calls out that they need to swarm one spot. They don't need to beat them. We just have to get past them into the rift. Flash punches Reverse Flash. Lex isn't the only one. The other ringleader is someone who should be dead. But clearly, the Batman Who Laughs considers the laws of nature optional. I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm picking up readings that read like the Zero Point. Even though the rift here closed in Gotham, there are trace energies. I want to see how they link. Meanwhile, over in Gotham Harbor, a man begins to climb out of the water, asking, where am I? I need to get back to the point. But how did I end up here? As he flies out of the water, Batman sees him. You're gonna tell me who you are, how you got here, and what you're doing in my city. My name is Foundation, and I have no time for you or this filthy city. At that moment, Foundation feels a pull at his leg as a batarang wraps around it. Really? My propulsion systems are more. But that's when Foundation is slammed into the ground as the Batmobile takes off, dragging him across the dock. Shall we start again? Foundation gets back up, punching Batman. Let's finish it quickly. Batman then shorts out the Foundation's advanced suit with electrically charged batarangs, but Foundation then rips it off, groaning. Batman attacks him, telling him, you might feel safe and protected in that suit, but it's built like a human. It has weaknesses and a source of power. He slaps an explosion to Foundation's back, and then tackles it into the wall. As the smoke begins to go off, Batman begins to rip and tear at the suit, claiming Foundation is one of the individuals that trapped him on the island. But Batman continues to explain that previously he got to the Zero Point, and if he can get off that island, others can. But Foundation stops him. You know about the Zero Point. You've been there. Foundation continues, realizing that Batman is an ally. I'm not with the organization that controls the island. They are called the I.O., the Imagined Order, and it's safe to say that we're enemies. Batman says an old phrase that all of us know and love. The enemies of our enemies are our allies. So Batman begins to explain what happened to him on Fortnite Island, and Foundation tells him, I'm a part of a group known as the 7. Our goal is to stop the Imagined Order, liberate the Zero Point, and destroy the Loop. What the Imagined Order is doing to the Zero Point isn't natural. They're not just messing with the lives of countless sentient beings, they are threatening the balance of the Omniverse itself, all in their pursuit of knowledge and power. In the beginning, there was nothing, and then a burst of pure creation. The Zero Point sprang into being. Countless realities originated from the Zero Point, each with its own universe, and each with its own multiverse. Now, normally these realities would not intersect, but the Imagined Order has been manipulating the Zero Point for a long time. They used it to tamper with the realities, and even travel to and from them. Mostly that is done through what they call a pure portal originating from the Zero Point itself, which remains linked to all realities. Opening up a sideways rift, one between two distinct realities, these have the ability to heal naturally, which takes time, or to be closed from both sides at once. And that is what we are dealing with in Metropolis. As they both arrive, Batman asks why don't they use the Pure Portal instead of the Rift, and Foundation says that he was cut off from the 0 point when it formed a spire around it. A sideways rift is their only option. Most of the Order fled the island, but this must be their attempt to regain control. Batman questions Foundation's mission, explaining that isn't him crossing over going to erase his memories, but Foundation explains that he'll have until the next loop, and his suit should protect him. Foundation takes out a small device, handing it to Batman, telling him, "When the time is right, you will fire this when I start to close my side. We will close both sides of the rift and end this." At that moment, a giant arm reaches up, grabbing the Batwing, and Foundation asks, "What in the 17 seas is that?" Batman goes on explaining that it is chemo and he is made of toxic waste. "Do not pierce his shell!" Foundation finds him interesting, but he immediately grabs chemo, flying him up into the atmosphere, pushing him away to drift slowly into space. As Foundation returns, he finds himself struck by an energy blast. Lex approaches him. "You're new. Join me and get paid or die. Decide fast, I'm a busy man." Foundation rockets back, punching him. "This is my answer!" As he punches, he notices Lex's suit fully encapsulates him, and then uses his suit's powers, chopping into the helm, cracking it. Lex pulls away as Foundation tells him, "You counted on your armor protecting you from the effects of the loop, but it doesn't look like it'll help you now." Batman calls out that the perimeter is being pushed closer to the rift, and he can only guess who is on the other side. "We have to do this fast!" The Batwing descends, Batman calling out that he'll need help getting into position. So Foundation swings back, grabbing Batman, flying him through the horde of enemies after them. And as they get close, Batman chuckles as his form shifts, and the Batman who laughs swings his way back into Foundation. "Thanks for the ride!" And he jumps off, aiming straight for the rift. The real Batman radios in. "My comms are jammed! That's not me!" Foundation radios back. "I was tricked, and now I and the other Batman are getting pulled into the rift. Just focus on the task and wait for my signal." As Foundation passes through, both Foundation and the Batman who laughs slam into the ground, with Batman radioing in broken up. "Are you okay? Standing by for your signal." Foundation gets up, staggering. "I need a moment to calibrate. The storm is closing in and..." But the Batman who laughs jumps out of the crater, swinging his chains, cracking Foundation in the side of the head, and the two begin to battle right there. The Batman who laughs throws out a laugh as he grabs Foundation by the head, slamming his spiked visor into the Foundation's helmet, cracking it. He stumbles back as his suit tells him that his armor integrity is compromised. Self-repair initiated. "You're just going to be another shell! Your story gone, poof! It'll be your greatest fear." But Foundation screams, punching him. "This already is my greatest fear. I live it every day, knowing the 0 point is in the hands of Gino. I'll be damned if the likes of you deny me a chance of putting it right." As the Batman who laughs falls, the suit tells him that in 7 seconds the loop is going to reset, and he shouts over the comms to Batman on the side of DC's universe, "Trigger it now!" Batman pulls the trigger, and just like that, the rift shuts. On the other side, the storm comes in and it resets everything. As the Foundation looks around, checking on himself. That was close. Too close. But how is the Batman? No. Have to stay focused. Have to find Jones. Determine how much of the island the Order has retaken. But as Foundation leaves, there's a sudden shift as the Batman who laughs jumps down, looking at his surroundings. "Well, that worked better than I planned. My visor protected me from the loop. I wonder if it made a snapshot of me, though. Now, let's go have some fun." And that concludes Batman Fortnite Foundation Issue 1. Now, from what I've discovered, it seems like this is the only issue. Like, it doesn't appear like there's going to be a second issue to this entire thing, so we're probably just going to get another Batman Fortnite comic book coming out, and it's going to continue this ongoing storyline. If you're wondering what a snapshot is, I threw that at the ending. A snapshot is what they call them whenever they make a new version of you every time the loop goes around. I wasn't joking. I play a lot of Fortnite, and we did a recap of the entire storyline up to the last season over on another channel that we work on, and I'll link that down below. I'll also link you the original Batman Fortnite comic book down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Either way, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. Don't forget to join up with the Comicstorian Army or the Kamikazes. Some people said I should name you guys the Kamikazes. I kind of like that. Let me know what you think is better down below, but join up with our community here by hitting that subscribe button, smashing the like button, and then hitting that notification so that you know when we're going to get our next video out. Thank you, and I'll see you soon right here.